Raising capital made easy. Most people don't know about this. Hi, everyone. Tessa with IdeaPros marketing team, and I am live with you. I have a special guest today. It's so good to see you guys. I know we have people over on YouTube and Facebook. My special guest, who is going to help you guys with some fundraising information, is Ryan Pierce with WeFunder. Hello, Ryan. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Hello, all. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, so obviously Ryan actually did a presentation for our partners. We have once a month, we have a big meeting with all of our current partners, and he talked a lot about this important topic, which obviously as an entrepreneur, you want to raise funds for your business. And this is a really unique way to raise funds for your business. So can you tell us, give us the high level about what WeFunder does?
Yeah, so in short, for those of you who don't know, which I imagine is most of you, WeFunder is an investment crowdfunding platform that allows for business owners to raise money from anyone, both accredited investors such as VCs and angels, as well as non-accredited investors like someone down the street, your family, your mother, your brother, your customer, anyone, right? So with the minimum check size being $100, you have availability to raise money from absolutely anyone that you can think of. The minimum on WeFunder is 50K and the maximum is 5 million. And that's essentially
5 billion?
5 million.
Oh, million.
Oh
my, wow. This is crazy. And I've
Yeah,
never heard of. So it's interesting because it's investment crowdfunding. Normally when you think of crowdfunding, you're crowdfunding a product or a game or something, but this is actually business crowdfunding. So 50,000 to 1 million.
50,000 to 5 million.
5 million. Oh, got it. And then how does it work exactly? I mean, I can't even picture it in my head.
Well, it's actually a pretty simple process. I have a presentation. And
yes, if you want to go ahead. Yeah, let's put your presentation on the screen.
Let's do that. And I'll just give everyone the high level and show them exactly how it works.
Yes. Okay, so you should have, there we go. And I'm going to make you on the screen with the big, let's see if that works. Okay, that's lovely. Hold on, guys.
Hey, are we good to
now go? We got it. You're good to go. Oh, technology, it always loves to give me a challenge. So.
Oh, it's okay. You navigate through it effortlessly. So that said, hello, everyone. Just going to reintroduce myself again. My name is Ryan Pierce, and I work on the growth team here at WeFunder. For context, I've been through the ringer. I'm a former founder myself. I've advised over 35 early stage founders prior to joining WeFunder. So I am pretty familiar with the process of trying to be an entrepreneur and making it happen. I'm here through WeFunder to help founders navigate our process and successfully raise capital through our investment network. So let's get into it. First off, let's talk about RegCF, right? So RegCF is short for Regulation Crowdfunding. Right. So for those of you who may not know, regulation crowdfunding is when private companies sell equity or debt-based securities to the public for a limited time. The money generated from these offerings are used for capital and also to expand operations. Right. So it can be used to seed and get a company started or to expand a company, essentially. Now, it's important to be mindful of this. Regulation crowdfunding can be thought of a lot like Kickstarter or GoFundMe, if you will, except instead of supporters receiving a reward or a t-shirt for their contribution, they receive a financial security like future equity or cash flows from a potential contract that the founder structures. This allows for companies to attract investors of all levels: family, friends, customers, supporters, and sophisticated investors, right? So you can attract people that are looking to reap a financial return, as well as individuals that just want to support what you're doing because you're cool, what you're doing is cool, and they want to be cool like you, right? So let's move on. So where does RegCF stand as it pertains to regular crowdfunding in the VC landscape, right? So RegCF kind of meshes the best of both worlds, right? So through RegCF, similar to regular crowdfunding on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, you are able to raise from regular people, right? So there are smaller amounts to get in. On WeFunder, the minimum is $100, right? Another aspect is that through traditional crowdfunding like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, you can publicly promote the offering, which you can't do through the VC landscape, right? But unlike traditional crowdfunding and like the VC landscape, you can attract top investors to your campaign. So in short, you're able to raise money from anyone and you're able to blast out and scream from the mountaintops this offering and promote it to the entire world. Okay, so WeFunder overview. Who are we and why do we matter? WeFunder is the #1 investment crowdfunding platform inside of the entire US. We historically and to date have 40% market share, and the majority of money that have been raised within the industry has gone through our platform. Like I mentioned before, founders can raise anywhere from 50K to 5 million from accredited and non-accredited investors, and our platform houses over 1 million active investors. That's 1.5 million to date, specifically. There is no application process to get started. There is no due diligence on your books, and there is no upfront cost. You can get started raising capital.
We just have to stop right there, guys. Like, no application process, no due diligence, and no upfront cost is pretty amazing.
Yeah, very flexible. We are an open platform, and actually, that transitions me to the second slide. The reason being, we are a PBC and a B Corp, right? So we have a distinct mission to use Reg CF in 2 ways. One, we want to use Reg CF as an effective alternative funding pathway for founders to raise capital, right? So regardless of your stage, regardless of your background, if you're a business owner trying to create opportunity for other people in society and you want to raise money, we want to be able to support you. And number 2, we want to allow for anyone to have the opportunity to invest, regardless of their income, their credit history, or what have you. So it's important for us to be an open platform to all people that are interested in supporting companies and investing. So yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of our audience here.
Correct.
Everyone that's watching us, I really think has a vested interest in, improving the world through their apps or inventions or ideas. And so this seems like a pretty good option for that.
Correct. And just a couple of highlights to kind of touch on. Over $300 million has been raised on WeFunder to date. Over 87% of the capital that's been raised on WeFunder has been outside of Silicon Valley, and WeFunder founders have collectively gone on to raise over $5 billion in VC capital. That's actually a 2020 metric, so that number is actually steadily going up. So I can provide some more context on what that looks like in additional conversations. But yeah, we've done this for a while. We're experienced, and we have a great track record helping founders raise money. So how does WeFunder work? So this is just high level. WeFunder's platform allows for founders to create campaign pages, right? So through these campaign pages, founders can convey the mission of their company, the experience that their team has, the terms of the raise, and they can also tell a unique story that's a lot more attractive than just a traditional pitch deck that you send to an investor. From there, founders can invite people within their network to invest in the campaign, right? So whether that's your family, friends, investors, advisors, or existing customers or potential customers, you can share out the campaign page to people and they can invest with as simple as 3 clicks or so. To build on this, WeFunder is responsible for being a build a raise, if you will, right? So regardless of your terms, regardless of your stage, regardless of your situation, if you want to raise, we're here to try and make that happen. WeFunder is responsible for holding money, dispensing investment contracts, helping founders file with the SEC, and providing a payout to investors in the event that your company IPOs or exits, right? So to build on this, let's talk about the actual process. Now, there are 2 respective phases on WeFunder. There is a private phase and there is a public phase, right? In the private phase, founders can get started in as quick as 15 minutes by giving us a pitch deck and a high-resolution logo and creating their application, simple and plain. From there, once their pitch deck and logo is updated, they can build a campaign page and start raising capital from their first degree network. The private launch phase is just that. It's private, right? So you drive all the investment volume and traffic to your page through your network and through your existing channels, within your community. Founders can collect non-binding investment reservations, during that period, and investors will send money to WeFunder's escrow bank. It is protected. And they can receive a refund at any time. So it's a super simple and easy way to raise money at low cost to investors and to you as a founder alike. To build on this, you can gauge the interest in the market for your raise. And if things don't work out and you decide to change your mind, no paperwork has been signed, right? Like it's no issue and no problem if you want to stop the raise. You can stop it by simply letting our team know and we'll take it down same day. It's private, so there won't be a PR disaster if things don't work out. And all investors can receive a speedy refund in the event that you decide to shut down. So We always encourage founders to get started in private. You don't have to pay us a dime. You can decide whether or not this is something that you want to do. And if you gain some momentum, it will bode well as you transition to raising money from our network. So that's the private phase in a nutshell.
And did you say you can change from private to public if it's going well?
Yes, yes. So to build on this, if you raise 50K in private, then you become eligible to transition to the public launch phase, right? So when you reach 50K, you will have to file what's known as a Form C with the SEC. It's just a general compliance document. From there, you will transition to the public launch phase, where your campaign will no longer be private, and we will list you on our Explore page, right? So from there, we will promote you in front of our investment community of over 1.5 million investors. The benefits to the public launch phase is that 21 days after you reach 50K and file your Form C, you'll be eligible to withdraw money and continually raise. So we can send you the money that you brought in through the private phase when you go public, and you can keep on raising, right? You'll gain more exposure because we'll promote you to our audience. And it's a great area to kick things up and raise more money than you initially brought into the table, right? So that's kind of where a doubling effect usually happens. You bring money in private, and then you raise from our network, and we help compound that effort, if you will. Now let's talk about the marketing pushes.
Yes,
I'll be super
this is
quick
so cool. This is my favorite part.
So let's actually talk about how WeFunder helps you market to our investor community. So we provide marketing pushes at a tiered rate, right? So you become eligible for them once you reach these investment milestones. Once you hit 50K, we feature your company in a new company newsletter that is sent out to our entire investment community, right? So you were promoted as a new company, and we encourage our investors to check you out. And there's great conversion from that. When you reach 100K, we will launch Facebook and Instagram ads to a targeted audience for free, right? To expand more awareness of your campaign. Once you hit 250K, you will receive a targeted email blast to our most high net worth investors that have expressed interest in investing in your sector. And it cycles from there. So a second dedicated email at 500K, you get it included inside of our $1 million company newsletter at $1 million. 2 million is the same thing. You get included inside of our podcast, and you get another newsletter sent out. And at 3 million, you get all the bells and whistles, right? So that's how that happens. And the marketing pushes generally lead to 1/3 of investment volume, right? So if you couple that with the strategy that our team will help you build and clear execution, you can raise a lot of money through WeFunder.
That's so awesome.
So how to launch a WeFunder campaign. This is going to be super quick, guys. So
you're fine. You're fine. There's definitely, we have one question that I'll save. I'm saving Patrick's question for the end for sure.
Okay, sure. Well, I'm going to wrap up here in a minute, and then I'll gladly take any questions.
Awesome.
So first off, in order to get started, like I mentioned before, all you have to do is create a profile, right? So that's where you upload your pitch deck, a high resolution logo. You will list some reasons why someone would want to invest in the highlights section. And you can record a quick video of yourself describing what you're doing, why it's important, how you're going to use the capital. But the video part is actually optional.
Well, I think our people should be comfortable. We've got them practicing on creating videos for themselves. So,
oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to be confident when they get started with WeFunder and everything. Yeah, that'll bode well.
And is there, because you mentioned pitch deck, is there a desired length or format that you like, or just a standard pitch deck for investment?
That's a really good question. I would stick to, we can work with either one, right? Like, I think lengthy pitch decks they do very well, because the more context, the better. If you provide a shorter pitch deck, that also works well. But what we do within our tech, we allow for founders to also write in between their slides and add context. So you can add a whole section saying, introducing yourself. I am Ryan Pierce, the founder of this. This is why I started the company. Let me walk you through the deck. And you can actually type in text after each slide to kind of add narrative, if you will, to a pitch deck. So there's a lot of malleability and flexibility that founders have in the story that they want to tell to investors. Beautiful. So in short, it's either way. You can make it happen successfully with either pitch deck that you decide.
And can they change that throughout the course of the campaign? So if they needed to change their pitch deck, or they improved it, or
especially in the private, you can even change your terms in the private.
Oh, okay.
And kind of move from there. But I'll wrap up with this real quick, and then I'll
go for it.
Start things off. So first, just to remind you, if you all want to get started with WeFunder, you simply create a profile with us, upload your pitch deck, your logo, list some reasons why someone would want to invest, and then you're able to transition into the second aspect. So sorry, excuse the 3, but after you built your campaign page, then you can start sharing it out with your first degree network. your family, your friends, and your customers. Once you hit 50K, then you file your Form C with the SEC, right? Provide 2 years of financials. From there, super simple and easy. From there, you raise from our network. Forgive me, I apologize. You raise from our network. You receive our marketing pushes. If you hit 50K, 100K, 250K from there. And then after that, you cash out, right? So we'll connect you to an account manager, and then we'll send you your funds in 21 to 30 days. Super quick and simple process. You can get started today, no money at all. To start, you get started in private, you reach 50K, you file your Form C, you raise from our investor community, and then from there, you cash out, essentially.
Oh.
So a couple of other things, offerings and terms. We offer equity-based offerings and debt-based offerings. So you can decide to give out equity into your company, or you can create your own loan contract or revenue share contract. It just depends on the mechanics of your business, but it's totally up to you how you want to move forward. If you do an equity-based raise, you can choose your own terms and valuation and things of that nature. And with your own debt-based campaign, like a loan contract or a revenue share contract, you get to set your own interest rate. So the control is totally in your hands in the type of offering that you want to push out to the public. And let me skip ahead a couple of slides.
Yes, actually, that's a question that somebody had anyway. So
got it. Let me close out with this. So in short, WeFunder charges a flat 6.5% fee to companies that are associated with IdeaPros. You'll need to pay anywhere from 2K to 5K for a CPA to review your financials, but you don't have to pay that up front at all. And you would need to pay money for an audit if you were to raise above $1,070,000, but we can be very flexible there. And I'll gladly go into more detail with questions. In short, any check that you bring to the table in the private phase is yours. So we take no fee from that, right? So you keep 100% of it, and we charge that flat 6.5% fee at the end. And I will skip ahead to the benefits. So what's the benefits of WeFunder? There are no associated fees to get started. You can allow for angels and VCs to lead the round for you on WeFunder, and you can collect more money. It's very flexible in how you can structure these offerings. You can build an army of supporters and brand ambassadors through your campaign. This is absolutely critical, right? Because it's one thing to provide a product or a service that makes people's lives easier or makes them more money. It's another thing to provide them an opportunity to make money off of the very same service that's helping them in their day-to-day lives, right? So when you're able to rope in people through a financial incentive, they are more incentivized to share the company with their family and friends, because when you make money in the end and exit, they will make money, right? So if you build that rapport with your investors, they can really help you increase your sales, right? Land contracts, and even spread the word, and you can really build a community around your company. To build on this, WeFunder founders will give out preferred stock for equity offerings, and that's a great stock class to attract top investors. So that's a big reason why a lot of our founders are able to raise VC capital post WeFunder raise. But that is WeFunder in a nutshell, and I thank you all for your time. I'd love to field some questions.
Awesome. So Patrick had a question about the 6.5 equity. Is that how the fund's set up and able to collect funding, only giving that much of the company equity? I will not say.
So just to touch on this, and feel free to ask an additional question, Patrick, if this doesn't quite do it, but the 6.5% fee is a flat fee that is taken at completion of the raise. So you pay nothing to WeFunder. It's not correlated with equity in any regard. We take 6.5% of what you complete your raise with at the end. For any check that's 25K or more that you bring in that private phase, that's yours. You keep 100% of that. Regarding the equity and how much you're giving in your company, that's determined by you. You set your own valuation. You set the terms of your offering, and our team can help guide you through that. And we can help you navigate how much of your company that you want to give out.
Yep, he said, how do you build it? So you guys help with that too, and give some advice.
We help provide counsel surrounding a good valuation to raise at, how much of your company that you want to give out. That's the beauty with WeFunder. Like I mentioned before, it's a build your raise, right? So we're able to structure this offering any way that you see fit, and you can move forward in raising money from our investor network. So if you want to give away 20% and you want to raise 5 million, we're going to figure out a way to make that happen with you, right? You're not alone.
Perfect. And be sure when you call or reach out to WeFunder, let them know that you're with IdeaPros. You heard about us. You heard about them from IdeaPros so that you do get that lower rate. And as far as, well, there was a couple last questions. I know we're running out of time, so I'm not going to do all the ones that I wanted to do, but you've covered almost everything. What advice, as your final thought, because Fred loves to give final thoughts, what advice would you give to entrepreneurs when it comes to getting funding?
Good question. In short, if I'm just going to keep it quick, a couple of things, right? But if you want to be successful with raising money, you need to hone in on your message, right? The worst thing that you can do when you're raising money is not be confident, not be clear, right? And not be convincing, right? So you want to hone in on a message that makes sense. You want to clearly articulate what you're going to be spending your money on, right? How a raise through WeFunder and how their support can lead to increased growth for your company, right? And you want to also convey that this is a good opportunity. This is a good deal, right? So hone in on a message that highlights your purpose, why you're raising money, how you're going to use the funds, and how you plan to grow the business. That's the first piece. Number two is that once you start raising money, whether it's $100 from a WeFunder investor, whether it's $250,000 from an angel, right? Because that very well could happen. You need to be able to build community amongst your investors, right? So a key aspect to success is keeping people updated with your progress, right? There's a benefit with WeFunder. There's an updates tab, so people can sign up for your updates, and you can keep them updated on your progress as you're raising money. You can keep them in the loop regarding new developments with your company, and you can keep people abreast to what's going on, right, with you after they give you your money. So building community amongst your investors is critical because we're all 6 degrees of separation from someone, right? So if someone gives you a check, you can say, hey, we are $20,000 away from our goal. You guys, please share out the campaign page. Please make any introductions. I need to close this round so I can bring you a return quicker. So hone your message and build community amongst your investors is what I would say.
Wow, great advice. Thank you so much for being on with us today. And actually, Steve, you have a great comment too. This is by far the smartest and cheapest way to raise capital for new ventures with promise. That's awesome. Steve is with Eclipse, which is a sunblock. Yeah, so I love, well, Steve's just a go-getter. So if you haven't looked into this, Steve, you need to for sure. I know we have a lot of partners who are prepping to be able to go this route. If you do have any questions, then you can reach out. Do you want to? Yes, I was going to say, do you want to tell them how to reach out to you?
Yes, that would be great. Can I list it in the chat by any way?
Yes, you can. And I can put your emails at the Ryan at WeFunder.
Correct. Yes. So thank you. So helpful. I really appreciate that, Tessa. You all are open to email me anytime.
He said he was okay with getting bombed with email right now, so we're just going to put it out there. He doesn't know what he's getting into.
Morning, noon, or night. Yes, reach out to me. It's never a problem.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and really appreciate all you're doing for our partners and all the entrepreneurs and business owners that come to the lives every Friday. So I'm going to let you go so you can get going, and we'll have more information on the blog as soon as we get this post up. So that's ideapros.com/blog. All right. Well, thank you, Ryan. We'll see you soon.
Take care, you all, and good luck. Thank you again.
Well, thank you guys. I hope that was a really helpful show for you. I know I learned a lot. I saw all this information in our partner meeting and it didn't really sink in. And then now seeing it this time around, it made a lot more sense to me. So I hope it has been helpful for you guys. You know that we're here every Friday at noon Pacific time. And if you haven't hit the bell to get reminders when we go live, make sure to do that because we do have new shows come out every single week. And we try to get the best people to present for you guys and get the best information in your hot little hands. So let us know if there's any questions that you guys want to have, any topics that you want us to cover inside the post for each Facebook and YouTube. There is a button to submit questions. There's also a button to get reminders. We'll text you before we go live so you don't miss a show. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Hector. I'm going to put it up because he'll see it down the road. Maybe he'll come back and watch it later. So Sean, great content. I love it. And Vanessa says, thank you. Hector, of course. Well, I'm glad you were able to come today, Hector. And we have Steve, of course. And, Ken, great to see you from Crashpad. Ken, you should probably take a look at this. This might be a really good option for you. And Patrick, of course, thank you for your questions. Kyle, oh, I love that you came. Vance, Brenda, everyone, I appreciate you being here. I know Leticia is in the background, making sure that everything's going well. So thank you, Leticia and Scott, Corey, great to have you. Oh, I'm glad it was that great information, informative presentation. And you know that we'll be back next Friday, guys, and have a great weekend and have a good Valentine's too, because I know that's on Monday. So have a blessed week, everyone. Bye.